Hi everyone, so the Gauntlet just went live earlier last night, so it has been around 7.5 hours since the release. I've been blasting it pretty hard since it came out, trying everything out, trying the mechanics, and I was also able to snatch rank 1 on Barb and Rogue, up to this point at least. So we're doing pretty well here, so that's currently my Barb score. I have a 707,000. And I have the Rogue here at 622. Rogue is a bit weaker. Now these are the hardcore rankings. Compared to softcore, I'm a little bit behind still, but yeah, not very far. So I would be like number 3 here, and then on the Barb, like, I don't know, like somewhere like in the top 15 or something. So it's going pretty well. Considering that my gear is actually not really optimal, I still have to actually go back and grind some items. And we learned also that there is a very easy way to get more score in this gauntlet, which is shrine buff duration. So you can actually get just basically free score by having shrine buff duration on your items, which I did not have on either of my characters. So I have to go back and fix that, and then we can actually compete. But for now, I just want to share with you my impressions, which are actually pretty positive, I gotta say. So I figured it wouldn't be as fun as it actually was, and I actually heard from a lot of other people in chat that they just went in and tried it out, and it's surprisingly fun to do, to be honest. So I'm just gonna keep going, like at least this week and next week, and gonna try really hard and see where we will end up. I'm gonna try to hit that rank 1 end of week, not just day 1, of course, because not everyone even had the chance to really play it as me. And of course I want to see like where we will be at the end. But I gotta say, the Gauntlet is cool because it is extremely fast paced. So this is like one of those things that people constantly complain about, like from, just in my Twitch chat or the comments that I read, like the lack of speed, the lack of density, and so on. I mean, the density is not very much higher than in the rest of the game, but it feels extremely fast paced. So especially like on the Rogue, it feels like kind of crazy when I did my runs here. So I had like this 622k run, I think it's this one. Yeah, and like when you have like channeling shrine, like you're gonna like fly through those maps, like the Sorks are gonna go even more crazy with teleport, for example. But it feels kind of cool because you have like 2 or 3 shrines running all the time, and there's like elites spawning next to you all the time. You're gonna blast down those bosses, fly around the map, and especially when you have like the path already mapped out that it's trying to do. I'm gonna show you in a second what I actually have cooked up here. So I made this paint job here. Yeah, like it just feels kind of cool. So we'll see. And I'm not sure if I'm gonna like blast the Gauntlet like as much every single week or something. But as I mentioned, at least for the start, it is something cool to try. I'm gonna try to min-max the builds a little bit. There's definitely some work to be done, and there seems to be a pretty surprising amount of build variety, at least what I can tell for the Rogue. And also on the Barb, for example, I've been doing this with double swing. But I guess other people are playing Hoda, other people are playing Whirlwind. Ultimately, a lot of it is charge, I guess. But on the Rogue, for example, I saw a TB guy, I saw like a Penshot guy, I saw like myself with Barrage. And it seems like there is definitely, room for a bunch of different things, even near the top of the leaderboard, which is kind of cool. Now, is this gonna save the game or something? I don't really think so. It's, obviously not something for everyone. Not everyone is like try hard competitive like me that wants to get a rank 1 and, sits there and like, paints like a path through this and runs this thing like 10 times or 20 times or more. And it does have its own faults as well, like for example in my last video where I talked about the fact that you can use consumables in there, which I think is a pretty huge mistake. But for now, this is what we got, and let's see what we can make out of it. Let's see what Blizzard will do with it in the future. But it's a pretty decent first iteration of a new system, I would say, even with some problematic issues that it has, and with it not really being for everyone. Obviously, like a leaderboard system is not necessarily designed for, the majority. It is obviously for the blasters, where you try to be like in the top 1000, or you want to try to be in the top 100 to get like the mount trophy. There's like a mount trophy reward that you can get. And apparently they're going to do some kind of like, leaderboard challenge for like some actual prize they can get soon. So we're going to hear more about that soon, hopefully. So there's going to be some stuff like that. But even for casual players, you can just go in, do it once a week, do it twice, just see what you get, try to get the Seal of the Worthy, and it's already kind of like a bit of like a milestone to reach, I guess, as you know, for you as a player, and also I guess for the builder you're playing, if you can reach, you know, a certain seal, to kind of like show that, you know, you got what it takes, kind of. So I think that's also kind of nice to have in the game. And if Blizzard keeps building other systems into the game, then we have more stuff to do and more stuff to choose from. And I guess not everyone has to do everything, I guess. But yeah, for now, I just want to like talk through the strategy a little bit that I went with, or the route that I made here is this. So if you want to have some tips for your own runs, basically what you need to know is there are some shrines, they're called Pillars of Proving, I think, that respawn all the dead monsters in the map. So they have like this icon here as like kind of like, yeah, I painted over it, but maybe you can see it here in the map on the top right. So here, so there's like these pillars, these things here. There's Pillar of Proving that respawns everything. There's Pillar of Glory that gives you a bonus point buff for a while, so for half a minute. And that is actually buffed by Shrine Buff Duration. So that's why you want to have that on your amulet and your boots. You definitely want to have that. It's really OP, and not having it probably loses you somewhere in the range of like 50k points. Quite a bit. So you want to have Shrine Buff Duration. And you know, once I actually get that on my items, we're going to be much better off here as well. So, you know, we see this here right now. A lot of other people do have Shrine Buff Duration, and they're going to do much better, you know, than me, for example, until I fix that. But you want to get that. And those two are kind of a crucial part of the strategy. So this is why you see like these multiple routes throughout this Gauntlet map here. Basically, you're going to go through most of the dungeons at first, and then you're going to respawn all of the monsters, and you're going to do like other rounds, and then you're going to respawn them again and do the round again and respawn them again, and so on. You can do this like 4 times, I believe, or so. So quite a lot. And especially in groups, it goes really crazy because you can split up, and then someone clicks a thing and then the entire dungeon respawns and you split up again and so on. But in solo, this is the route that I made, and I'm going to show you like exactly how this goes. So we start here. I have a bit of like explanation here as well. I also have this linked in the description if you want to check out this image basically on your own. But basically, the starting point of a path is always the round thing. The end point is always a square. And I also have an arrow here to show which direction you're actually going. So we start out here, that's the first boss. And then I do like this whole like right side. We grab one chest here. And then I basically clear almost the entire thing all the way to this pillar here where we respawn everything. And basically from that point forward, I do like multiple rounds throughout the top of the dungeon. The top left is way better than the rest of the dungeon. You never want to go up here on the top right. There's just nothing. And down here you have to go at least once to open the chests. I go there twice because I actually also end the run right there. But yeah, basically you want to avoid the top right. You also kind of want to avoid the center here. The center is also not really great, but there are some elite packs in various places that you can grab here on the side, on the bottom right, and here, for example. But yeah, basically here, if you follow the path, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the yellow route is the first. Then we have the orange. So here you respawn everything, you kill the first boss again, and then go up, and then you kill this boss again, and then you kill those 2 bosses again. You turn around, there's also the respawn shrine here. So then you kill this boss again that you just finished. You do this one again, then you do this one again, then you respawn everything here. So you see that it gets kind of like shorter and shorter as well. All these like, you know, returning routes, because there's simply like some parts of the dungeon that you try to skip as much as possible, and some that are juicier that you try to repeat as much as possible. And you see here that there's round 4, there's the blue line. So you follow the blue, and then you kill like these bosses again, 1, 2, 3, and then you end right here, and then you do round 5, which is the final path. So respawn everything one last time. You're gonna go up here, kill this boss again, and this one again, and this one again, basically. And then you go down here, do the Tomb Lord again, and finish here in this last corner. So this is kind of the route that I went. And if you follow like the entire run like this, I ended up with like 600 something K points. If you have a really fast build, then you can sneak in more of the Tomb Lord kills. So basically, whenever you respawn and then kind of like finish those 3 bosses, or at least those 2, you can kind of like sneak down here, get the Tomb Lord again, and then finish the rest of the run here, and then respawn, and then, you know, sneak down here again. So that's what I did on the Barb. I did like 1 extra round down to the Tomb Lord, but overall this was a pretty good route. I think that worked out for me. So you can try to follow this one if you're just trying to get your Seals of the Worthy. And like this, you also have like all these like shrines active all the time. There's a Blast Wave shrine that spawns. Here's an Artillery shrine. There's a Channeling shrine. So you have like this combo of those 3 shrines here all the time. And you're just absolutely decimating for, you know, half the run at least. Because you constantly respawn those bosses. You constantly get those shrines. And it gets pretty wild, even if your character is not really all too powerful. Now, this is probably not the best route we can take. I guess we're gonna see some discoveries pop up. This is just whatever I came up with, and well, so far it has served me pretty well, as you can see. But I guess my goal for end of the week on the bar would be somewhere around like 800 to 850k score, and on the rogue, I guess somewhere like 700 to 750k score or so. So this is kind of what I'm aiming at least. And for this, I might do some tweaks on the route, and maybe some people will discover something better. We'll see. There's definitely, like, I guess, some people putting out some videos and some routes, and let's see what comes out of it. But for now, this is what I got, and I will be trying this more throughout the week, and I want to try to beat the rank 1 at the end. So let's see. In any case, I was positively surprised with the Gauntlet so far, and for now, I'm just going to keep doing this a little bit. Meanwhile, you know, also playing some Last Epoch. I'm still kind of in Last Epoch mode, but it kind of brought me back here. And also very soon we're going to get the PTR for Season 4. So the test realm is coming in, I guess, 2 or 3 weeks or so. So until then, we're going to blast Gauntlet and Last Epoch. And then it's like PTR time. And it's going to be wild there as well, I guess. So hope you enjoyed this video here for now. Let me know what you think. Let me know what are your experiences with the Gauntlet and how you like it. And let's see. Hope you like this, and see you guys next time.